Alright, this is a reading that I'm going to start. I'm going to start doing something called Clout Astrology. I really wanted to do an astrology channel in the first place, but I kind of wanted to ease into it. Anyway, so I'm going to start off with some YouTubers, and then I'll probably get to celebrities and music artists and what have you. But for right now, I'm going to do some makeup YouTubers. Somebody that's, well known. Laura Lee, I believe she was known for her apology video for the most part, for people such as myself that don't watch makeup videos. But yeah, and we're just going to go over her moon and stars and other stuff. But anyway, her cards actually came from her astrology, believe it or not. So we have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the Ten of Wands. We also have the Ten of Pentacles. So, let's see. Let's go over them. The Six of Pentacles is generosity. The Two of Cups is love. Two of Wands is contemplation. The Eight of Swords is restriction. The Ten of Wands is burdens. And the Ten of Pentacles is satisfaction. So I put the cards out here so you have something to look at. Astrology is really not all that fun because people use charts and stuff and people are like, I don't understand this crap. So I will be doing the legacy thing, and that's in the 10th house. I think Laura Lee, let's see, I'll go over all of it, but her sun and her Lilith, which is in Virgo, is her legacy, house. So, basically, the legacy house, as far as careers and hobbies go, would be government officials, let's see, animal trainers, diplomats, entertainers, beauticians, gemstone industry people, women-based products, so makeup artists, photographers, models, event managers. She could be a musician or work for a musician, a singer, art gallery manager, teaching professionals, dye makers. She could dye people's hair too. Creative artists, physical fitness trainers, job associates, works with weddings, maybe wedding ceremonies, childbirth if she's into like the medical field, interior designers, decorators, doctors, including like neuropaths, the ones that work with people's hearts and stuff like that. Your nervous system basically, but it has to do with everything in your body. A sleep therapist, a lot of different ones. Mostly with like patterns. Anything with patterns in it, she can be good at. Let's see. We have tourism, leisure industry, dating services. She can be a fair matchmaker. Dating agencies, creation, distribution of incense, toiletries, Venus products. That's basically anything that has to do with magic. Jewelry, goldsmithing, silk, wool, cotton industry, or secretarial jobs. So the reason why I'm giving you like the rundown is that a lot of people have been asking me what would happen if they weren't YouTubers. So I wanted to do a little experiment. So anyway, if I do get 100 views, I'll probably put the whole chart of people's hobbies and stuff on the description below, so everybody can look at those. Anyway, so her moon is in Taurus, partnerships. Her Mercury is in the 11th house of self. Her Venus is in Cancer the Crab, which is her 9th house of beliefs. Mars is in Aries, which is the 5th house of creativity. Her Jupiter is in Gemini. So if she's looking for a husband, probably going to be Gemini or an air sign. Probably a really chatterbox. But yeah, it would be in her 7th house of partnerships. So Gemini or Taurus, because her moon is in Taurus, so it could be earth sign and an air sign that likes to talk a lot. So we have Saturn in Sagittarius, so it's the 2nd house of values. Uranus, which is in Sagittarius, 2nd house of values. Neptune is in Capricorn, the 2nd house of values. And Pluto is in 12th house of transcension, which is how people see you, how people feel about you. Also has a lot of things to do with like your upbringing, how you feel around certain issues, and how you feel about certain, maybe you had trauma, because she does have a Lilith here in Virgo, so you always feel like, you know, you have to spread your legacy. So her Lilith is actually part of her legacy too, in the 10th house. So Lilith, Virgo, 10th house, legacy. So she likes to be kind of, you know, liked, I feel. She likes to be popular. So the North Node is in Pisces, the 4th house of roots. So there was probably a lot of emotional things, a lot of stuff that she had to think about, a lot of stuff that kind of was a little bit out of her grasp. But I do feel like a lot of her childhood is actually part of her memory. So, you know, fun stuff. Anyway, so her empty houses are the 1st house, 3rd house, 6th house, and the 8th house. So her 1st house would be like identity. So she lacks identity and personality, wears a fake mask, probably to be popular, probably to be relatable. A lot of people don't have identity, so it's kind of like you wouldn't be like the first one of doing something. That's what identity is. Like, your identity is not like a trademark of a certain company. Like, you would never be a trademark. And 3rd house, I feel, is communication. So difficulty dealing with logic. So dealing with like how people see her, or certain problems that may arise. If you do this, this will happen, or, you know, your actions have consequences type of thing. Like, she doesn't really see the writing on the wall. Like, if I do this, this will happen. Like, she's, you know, she can see probably within her own experience what would happen. But if it's like a new experience, she'll probably be like, you know, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to try it anyway. So it's kind of that type of thing. Okay, so 6th house is responsibilities. So over-reliance on other people, prone to illness. So she's probably kind of one of those people that has a lot of things going on. But point of responsibility, she's more on the leisure side of responsibility, instead of actually taking a dutiful point of, I need to do this, 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 and this, and always staying organized. As far as work goes, she probably kind of picks things up on the fly and kind of goes with it. But I don't feel like that's a bad thing. I feel like it kind of gives her personality more muster and character. So number 8, the 8th house, is intimacy, so lacks fear of death and danger. A lot of people do, especially if you're a YouTuber. You don't really see the danger in things, and you don't really see the, you know, death as a bad thing. But I said it in that way. That was so funny. But yeah, I do feel like it's kind of, you know, it's one of those things where it's either you fear death to the point where you're religious, or you don't fear death at all where you're not that religious. But you kind of can relate to people. Like, you need to be around people for some reason or another, especially with intimacy. I feel like you're willing to take the risk. Like, you're kind of like, I'll date anybody. But, like, you don't see the risk that some people might be dangerous, some people might not. So that's basically why an empty house in the 8th house is kind of a little bit weary, especially if you're not the type of person that, like, sees danger or sees red flags right away, and you kind of have to have, like, a third person tell you, you know, I don't know if I introduce them to my folks because they do this or they do that, and that might be a red flag to some people, but not to people that have an empty 8th house. So something to look at. Anyway, so let's see. Things I channeled. Usually I channel things in a weird type of way. I channel things based on past lives, maybe some just, you know, associated things. With me, my mind works differently than everybody else. I meditate on people, I meditate on places, I meditate on childhood memories. But for this, I did, I did think about, like, certain things and how it applies to people. In this whole series, I do that, but it's, you know, different. So, I got, let's see, chariot as in car, marriage bed as, like, kind of a fullness. I feel like some people might, you know, have comfort and intimacy. I got drum also, so there might be a little bit of wanting to be a part of something bigger, some inner peace she might get from noise. Okay. And then I got marriage bed and chariot again for future life things. So she might have 2 relationships, she might have 3 relationships in her lifetime that are really sentimental or really valuable. She might also have 2 cars in her life that are really, you know, good, or that she likes, or that, you know, she worked hard to get. But for the most part, it's kind of like, it's teetering on whatever's going on currently in her life. We also have lion here, as in, like, Leo energy. There was a lot of Leo energy. I'm not sure if it's like she has a Leo spouse, or like her father has Leo in his sign where it's current, but she doesn't have Leo anywhere in her chart, so I was kind of like worried about that. But it might be somebody who's influential, maybe her mother has it, but yeah, somebody's a Leo that's really influential in her life. I also got elephant, so I feel like elephant is kind of like a memory system that she has. Like, she values her childhood, so elephants never forget is the old saying, so I got that. So for the most part, I feel like Laura Lee is a little bit more than meets the eye, for the most part. But I do feel like she does feel a little bit restrained with what she can and can't do. But I do feel like that comes from experiences or learned scenarios. So, yeah. If I do get 1,000,000 views on this, I will put the rest of her charts on so that you can see her house of values and stuff like that. I think the translucent one will kind of match with a lot of people too. So, anyway, this is the reading for Laura Lee. I know she's kind of controversial, but I think everybody who's a makeup YouTuber is. I don't feel like any of them are kind of like, oh, I'm going to stay away from drama. I feel like there is a little bit of drama because it has to do with some personal items that people put on their face or use every day. So, anyway, if you like this, leave a like. If you like what I'm doing on here, subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas for my next video, leave them in the comment section below, and I will read those. I read everything you give me. Sometimes I have to think about what I'm going to do. As far as this was concerned, this was kind of a collaboration between a couple of my fans that are kind of like freaks. They're like, oh, what can you do with this person, or what can you do with this person, and can you do celebrities? I actually like doing a lot of celebrity readings, but like my way of doing celebrity readings, it kind of confuses a few people, so that's why I'm kind of easing into it. So I will be doing a lot more YouTubers per se, because I feel like people are interested in YouTubers. They want to see what's going on with so-and-so. Why are they like this? What would they be if they weren't YouTubers? Type of thing. And I feel like it's interesting. So anyway, I feel like it was a much needed thing for YouTube for entertainment purposes, or to relate to your favorite YouTubers. But yeah, nobody's perfect. Nobody has all the houses covered, so don't take it out on anybody if they, they're prone to sickness, or have no fear of danger. I think they do have a bit of learned behavior as far as danger is concerned. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. I hope this helped you out in some way, inspires you to be yourself, and, it is what it is. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next reading, alright? Bye now.